Capricorn, someone who betrayed you is being removed. Number 5 will shock you. Capricorns, get ready because the universe is finally bringing justice. If you are a Capricorn and feel that someone close to you has betrayed, manipulated, or used your trust against you, this message will completely change your perspective on what's to come. Right now, as you watch this video, powerful cosmic forces are working behind the scenes in your life. That person who hurt you, who pretended to be your friend, who spread lies, or who sabotaged your dreams, is about to be removed from your path in a way you never imagined. And listen, I need to warn you, when you get to point number 5, you're going to be absolutely shocked. Because it's not just about this person leaving your life. It's about how the universe is orchestrating this removal and what it means for your bright future. Capricorns are known for their strength, resilience, and ability to overcome any obstacle. But this time, you don't need to do anything. Karma is working in your favor in mysterious and powerful ways. So, if you're tired of carrying the weight of this betrayal, if you're ready to turn the page and enter a new phase of abundance, protection, and victory, keep watching, because each revelation will leave you more empowered. Don't miss any details, especially number 5. Your life is about to take an incredible turn. But first, if you're a Capricorn, if you've ever tasted the bitterness of betrayal, or if you simply want to understand the mysteries of this powerful sign, click this subscribe button now. Leave a like so the algorithm can deliver this message to other Capricorns who need to hear it. Because what you're about to discover isn't just about removal, it's about rebirth. Let's begin. Capricorn, you built a fortress, didn't you? Stone upon stone, brick upon brick. Every disappointment in life taught you to build higher walls, to create heavier gates. And you did it masterfully. In the eyes of the world, you are that unshakable person, the rock, the pillar, the one everyone leans on when the storm arrives. But here's the truth that nobody talks about. Those who built fortresses have a deep understanding of invasion. You didn't build those walls out of pride or arrogance. You built them because one day someone entered your life as an ally and plundered everything, stole your trust, desecrated your sacred temple. And when that person left, they left rubble where there was once hope. Betrayal for Capricorn is not just an emotional disappointment. It's an existential earthquake. Because you don't give your trust easily. When you open that iron gate, when you allow someone to see the secret garden behind the walls, you are making a silent vow. You are saying, I choose you. Among millions, I choose you to witness who I truly am. And what happens when that person betrays you? It's not just them you question. It's your own judgment, your intuition, your ability to discern truth from falsehood. You wonder in the silent early hours of the morning, how could I not have seen it? How could someone as careful, as strategic, as observant as me have been fooled? This is the wound that bleeds in secret, because Capricorn never shows its pain. You close the gate, lock the chains, and become the immobile mountain again. But inside, at the core of your being, there is a silent scream. I trusted, and I was betrayed. Here's what the universe wants you to know. This person is being removed not as punishment for them, but as protection for you. Because her energy, her presence, her memory is blocking portals of abundance that are trying to open in your life. You cannot ascend while carrying the weight of those who pulled you down. The removal has already begun, and it's more surgical than you might imagine. Capricorn, I know what's going through your mind. Maybe part of you wants justice. Maybe you've imagined scenarios where this person finally understands the pain they caused, where they stumble, where they face the consequences. And it's okay to feel that way. You're human. You bleed when you get cut. But here's the profound truth that few understand. Karma is not about revenge. It's about restoring cosmic order. Think of it this way. The universe is like an infinite fabric, where every action creates a wave, a vibration. When someone betrays you, when someone deliberately hurts you, that person doesn't just wound you. They tear the fabric itself. They create an imbalance. And the universe, by its nature, always seeks balance. This person's removal from your life isn't happening because you asked for it. It's not happening because you deserve revenge. It's happening because her presence in your energy field violates the universal laws of harmony. Do you know that heavy feeling you carry? That dense energy that seems to follow you ever since the betrayal happened? It's not just emotional. It's literal. That person's frequency, distorted by the guilt they carry even if they deny it, by the low vibration of the betrayal, is entangled with yours. And that prevents you from reaching the heights you were born to achieve. Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, discipline, and karmic justice. And Saturn is never in a hurry, but he never forgets. He is working behind the scenes, repositioning pieces on the cosmic chessboard, removing what no longer serves his greater purpose. And here's what many don't realize. This removal doesn't happen with a bang. There are no dramatic confrontations. There are no explosive arguments. The person simply begins to disappear. Circumstances change. Her priorities diverge from yours. Paths naturally diverge, like two rivers that once flowed together but now flow into different oceans. You might even feel a pang of nostalgia. Part of you might wonder, should I have fought harder? Should I have given it another chance? But the truth, Capricorn, is that some people come into your life not to stay, but to teach you what you never must tolerate again. That person's karma is not your problem. Healing your own heart is. There's a cruel illusion about Capricorn. People look at you and see strength, determination, unwavering resilience. They see the mountain that stands firm while the storms rage, while the winds howl, while the world around crumbles. And you feed into that image, don't you? Because it's safer to be the mountain than to admit that you're human too, that you feel too, that you also break. But here's the truth no one told you. The mountain doesn't cry, but it bleeds inside. The fissures are internal. The cracks are invisible to others. But you know they're there. You feel the weight of each betrayal like a seismic tremor in your foundation. When that person betrayed you, the world didn't see you crumble. You didn't make a scene. You didn't beg. You didn't humiliate yourself. You simply walked away with that icy dignity that is the trademark of Capricorn. But inside you, there was a silent apocalypse. You know what I'm talking about. Those nights when sleep just won't come. When you relive every conversation, every moment, searching for the signs you should have seen. When you blame yourself for being naive, a word you hate to associate with yourself. When the pain is so physical you feel it in your chest, your back, your bones. And the worst part? You can't talk about it. Because Capricorn doesn't open up. You don't vent. You don't allow yourself to be vulnerable publicly. So you swallow it. You push the pain into ever deeper layers of your psyche, telling yourself, I'll get over it. I'm strong. But strength doesn't mean absence of pain, Capricorn. It means to bear the pain with dignity. And you've been doing this. You have been carrying this weight alone, in silence, like the lonely mountain that you are. Here's what needs to be said. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to admit that it hurt you deeply. That the betrayal wasn't just a setback. It was a violation of your essence, of your code of honor, of your most sacred values. And do you know why this person is being removed now? Because the universe sees their pain. Even if you hide it from the world, even if you bury it under layers of productivity and focus, the universe sees and he is saying, that's enough. This person doesn't deserve another second of your energy. The removal is an act of cosmic compassion, a gift for the mountain that has bled silently for too long. Before we move on to the final revelations, and believe me, number 5 will leave you speechless, I need to ask you a question. Have you ever felt that silent pain of Capricorn? Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted deeply? Go to the comments now and write, I felt it, or I am the silent mountain. I read every comment, and I want you to know that you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of Capricorns around the world are going through, or have already gone through this. And together, we rise stronger. Now, let's move on to revelation number 4. Capricorn. Do you remember when you first put on your armor? It was probably early, very early, maybe in childhood, when you realized the world wasn't the safe place it was supposed to be. Or in adolescence, when your first big disappointment taught you that trusting hurts. So you shielded yourself. You created layers of protection. You developed that serious posture, that look that says, "Don't test me." You learned to calculate risks, to measure people, to never to surrender completely without first being absolutely certain. And for a long time, that armor served you well. It protected you. It kept you standing when others fell. It gave you the reputation of being that reliable, stable, unwavering person. But here's the painful truth. The armor that once protected you has now become your prison. Because when that person betrayed you, when they managed to get past all your defenses and then stabbed you in the back, you didn't just lock the gate. You welded it shut. You took every crack in your armor and sealed it with concrete. You swore to yourself, "Never again. I'll never let someone get this close again. I'll never take that kind of risk again." And at that moment, Capricorn, something crucial died inside you. It wasn't just the trust in that person. It was the faith in the possibility of true connection. Now you live inside this fortress you built yourself. Yes, you are safe. But you are also alone, isolated, watching life unfold outside your walls, while you remain inside, vigilant, cautious, always waiting for the next attack. Do you realize the cruel irony? The betrayal didn't just take that person out of your life. It took away your own life. Because now you live in constant survival mode. You analyze every new person with suspicion. You measure every word. You never fully relax, never surrender. Never allow anyone to see the deeper layers of who you are. And people feel it. They feel the invisible barrier. They try to get closer, but there's always that wall you won't let fall. So eventually, they give up. And you use that as proof. See? I was right not to trust them. Nobody really stays. But Capricorn, what if removing the person who betrayed you is actually the first step towards freeing yourself from this prison? Think of it this way. As long as that person is still orbiting your life, whether physically present or energetically rooted in your thoughts, you can't heal completely. You can't let your guard down. Because the wound is still open, bleeding poison into your system. Removal isn't just about getting the person out of your way. It's about freeing you from the need for armor. It's about creating space so that you can eventually, when you're ready, begin to trust again. Not in the naive way you fear, but in a mature, wise, discerning way. You don't have to live the rest of your life in that lonely fortress. You can be strong and open, protected and connected, wise and vulnerable. But first, that person needs to completely leave your energy field. And the universe is taking care of that now. We've reached the final revelation, Capricorn. The one I promised would change everything. And I need you to pay attention to every word, because what I'm about to reveal is the key to understanding. It's because this betrayal happened. And why removing this person is actually the greatest gift the universe could give you. Do you know the story of the phoenix? The mythical bird that bursts into flames, is reduced to ashes, and then is reborn, brighter, more powerful than before? Everyone knows this story. But what few realize is that fire is not optional. The phoenix cannot be reborn without first dying. It cannot ascend without first descending to ashes. The betrayal you suffered, it was as fire. I know this is hard to hear. Part of you might even be feeling angry right now, thinking, how could this have been a gift? How could something so painful have been necessary? But stay with me, because here is the deepest truth of all. You were living a lesser version of yourself, and you needed an earthquake to wake up. Before the betrayal, you were comfortable. Yes, you were strong. Yes, you were resilient. But you were also accommodated. You had found a safe zone and stayed there. You had that person in your life, that structure, that routine. And a part of you, that part that Capricorn hates to admit, had fear of growing beyond that. Because growing up means change. And change means uncertainty. And for Capricorn, who values security above almost everything else, uncertainty is terrifying. Then the universe, in its infinite wisdom, sent a catalyst. A rupture so profound that you would have no choice but to, it will transform. That person who betrayed you, they were the instrument, not the orchestrator. The universe needed to remove you from that place. It needed to dissolve that structure that was keeping you small. And the only way to do that was through an explosion so powerful that its foundations trembled. And here's the shocking part. That person is being removed now because their work is complete. She hurt you. She broke you. She forced you to look at yourself in a way you never had before. And now she's irrelevant. Her presence in your life was an anchor tied to an older version of yourself. The version of you that believed in certain things, that tolerated certain dynamics, that was content with certain crumbs of affection disguised as loyalty. But you are no longer that person. You died in that fire. And what is emerging from the ashes is a version of Capricorn that the world has never seen before. Wiser, more discerning, more powerful. Not because you built higher walls, but because you learned the difference between protection and imprisonment. You learned that you can be vulnerable without being weak, that you can trust without being naive, that you can love without losing your essence. And this new version of you, it doesn't fit in the same space as that person. It's like trying to fit an ocean into a cup. Impossible. That's why removal isn't optional. It is inevitable. The universe is clearing your field. It's removing everything that doesn't vibrate at the same frequency as this new version of you. And yes, this may seem lonely right now. It may seem like you're losing more than you're gaining. But Capricorn, the desert comes before the oasis. You're in that in-between space now. That place between who you were and who you're becoming. Between the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's silent here. It's empty. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, a cosmic revolution is happening. Portals are opening. Opportunities are aligning. The right people are being drawn into your life. But first, you needed this desert. Because only in the desert do you find yourself. Only in silence do you hear the voice of your soul. Only in solitude do you discover that you were never truly alone. And when you emerge from this desert, and you will emerge, the person who betrayed you will be just a distant memory, a footnote in the epic story of your transformation. You will look back and think, thank you. Because if you hadn't broken me, I would never have discovered how strong I could be when I rebuilt myself. So here we are, Capricorn, at the end of this journey of revelations. And I hope you now understand that this removal is not about loss. It's about a complaint. You are reclaiming your power, your peace, your ability to trust, not blindly, but wisely. You are reclaiming your right to live without the weight of betrayal, without the shadow of the past, without the armor that has become so heavy you can barely move. The mountain that you are no longer needs to be alone at the top. You can allow the right people to climb up to you. People who deserve to see the view from your summit. People who value the journey you've taken to get where you are. But these people can only arrive if there is space. And the universe is creating that space now, removing those who should never have been there. Trust the process, Capricorn. Trust the timing. Trust that the pain you felt wasn't in vain. It was the price of your evolution. And evolution, my dear Earth sign, is always expensive. Always, always it is worth it. So tell me, Capricorn, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to allow the universe to remove what no longer serves your journey? Are you ready to trust that, on the other side of this pain, there is a version of you so brilliant that even you will be surprised? Go to the comments now and tell me, what did you learn from the betrayal you suffered? How did it change you? And if this video touched your heart, if you felt that every word was written for you, share it with another Capricorn who needs to hear this. Because together, we don't just survived, we ascended. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Remember, the mountain may bleed, but it never crumbles. And you, Capricorn, you are eternal. Until the next video, snow-capped mountain sparkles.